The first live koala collected for scientific investigation was taken from the Illawarra. It is now listed as vulnerable in Australia. But what is its status here in the Illawarra? Astonishingly, no one appears to know.
At present now, in the perception of most people here, they'd say, well, koalas and the Illawarra, no, you don't connect those.
I've got Chris here with me today in Wollongong Mall. Chris, what do you know about the Illawarra koala?
Absolutely nothing. I wasn't even aware that we had any in the Illawarra.
Can you protect it? Are there any left?
There's so much that we don't know and that I would love to discover through maybe this documentary.
Originally, if you can imagine this without the buildings, it would have been one of the most beautiful places in the world.
You know, our land was taken and their trees were taken and they were devastated. So they were all cut down. So imagine all the koala bears. Imagine even in the trees being cut down. Aboriginal people, trees were living things. It wasn't only traditional people's lands that was took away, it was the koala's land.
Why should every wild animal be managed by a human? Why should we give them permission to live? It's time for us humans to manage us. We need to rewrite that history and give the respect.
The European discovery of the koala was quite an interesting story. Captain Cook in 1770, when he landed at Botany Bay, didn't encounter the koala. The first fleet arrived in January 1788, and it was over a decade before there was a notice of the koala. You could almost say that the home of the koala is the Illawarra, because the first scientific specimens of the koala actually came from Hat Hill, which is Mount Kembla, located just southwest of Wollongong. And I don't think many people were aware of that.
To hear that in 1803 someone took a koala out of the Illawarra, that is just amazing, isn't it?
Europeans have had a major impact on the presence of the koala in the Illawarra area.
As far as we understand, we don't have a breeding population within this local government area.
Yeah, regretfully, are unaware of any wild populations within the Illawarra today.
We're currently faced with the possible future extinction of the koala in Australia.
They're an animal that lives a really hard life.
I've worked a fair bit in the catchment area over a few years, and I've never seen a koala in the wild up there.
I was pretty amazed when Andrew called up and said to watch out there was a koala on the side of the road, because, like you said, I've lived around Dapto all my life and been in the bush around here a fair bit, and I've never set eyes on a koala at all. Pretty lucky to see it. Be interesting to know how many more are up there.
And we're driving out to the site to do the study and came round a corner, and there was a koala just sitting on the side of the road in the middle of the day. It would be reasonable to expect that there are healthy koala populations within the Illawarra area.
You'll certainly be getting young males appearing, and in time you'll get young females, if they're not there already. My feeling is that searching will find them in the Illawarra. But I think we need to get people on the ground out in those catchment areas and just finding what the state of the population is.
I think there's a lot of scope within the university to become much more involved.
Just basic scientific information that we're still working on. And when you think of it, here's perhaps one of our best known Australian mammals, and we don't know really how they choose their food tree. We don't even know the total numbers of them.
This documentary could be a very great step in encouraging your local leaders to take this issue on.
So hopefully the koala will be looked at in a better light, and I'm sure it will, because it has played an important role in, traditional mythology and stories and stuff like that. And maybe give not just our people but everybody a sense of traditional lifestyles and the lessons that are to be learned from that.
They're part of our heritage, so it's just the history and the culture, and they're ours.
I think if we let them go, shame on us. It's pretty disgusting if we do nothing.
And he'd put his hand out for you to hold it, and you'd hold it, and you could just feel that incredible connect, that incredible bond, that amazing experience. They're such a soft, precious, gentle creature.
Look, the Illawarra, the home of the koala back in 1803, let's make it the home of the koala again.